Hey guys, welcome back. It's your favorite Gimp with the Limp, and I'm here with the next part of Conflict of Heroes, the playthrough that I'm actually doing, a review through of it. I have had some people asking about there being an upgrade kit to the 3rd edition from the 2nd edition. I don't know if they're going to be doing that. Supposedly there are some chits that you can print out that will kind of replicate the way the die works if you got the 2nd edition. It's supposed to be on BGG, and I looked, I didn't see it, so I would check back. It might be that I just missed it, but you should be able to do that, and the rules are there on BGG anyway. So if you do have the 2nd edition, you should be able to play with the 3rd edition rules if you can get those chits. That way you can kind of draw for your units becoming spent rather than rolling the die. But I would see it being a good idea for them to go ahead and release some type of update kit that at least has maybe the die and the stress markers, or something basically like that, to help people who already have the 2nd edition step up to the 3rd edition. All right, so like I said, we're going to jump right back into where we left off. I had finally got all of my units onto the board, so we're good as far as that's concerned now. It is the enemy's turn, because I had left off right here where I had activated these guys. So let's draw a card and see what they're going to be doing on this one. All right, it's not, we don't have less than or equal to 6 units, so we're not going to be losing a round. They don't have anyone in priority range yet. There are no, the fresh AI units are not less than the fresh units, so they're not going to be passing. So we're down here to tactical. AI closest to a unit or mission objective, low risk move towards. Okay, so this they should be able to do, closest to a unit or a mission objective. Let's see, it looks like this one's going to be the closest, because there is one over here. There's one here. Okay, well, let's see. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy's 5. This guy is probably going to be 5, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, they are each 5 hexes away. This guy's, I know he's more than 5. So low risk move towards. Now, it actually kind of behooves both of them to move, because where they're at currently, this one is in line of sight of some of my units. This one is also in line of sight of some of my units. So they're each going to get busted up if they stay where they're at. Each one does have the potential to move into cover, though. And I'm thinking I'm probably just going to make a quick little judgment call on this to save myself the rolling, and move their KV over here, because that is their better unit, has a little better firepower, a little better armor. So it's going to behoove them to save that one. Plus, he is in line of sight of my Ferdinand down here, who has massive firepower. I mean, 15 firepower. It's a beast. So if he takes that shot, even against his frontal armor, I wouldn't have to roll very high to be able to put a hit through, and I could potentially one-shot him. So it would behoove him to try to get out. He could move behind these trees. He could move one forward and get an armor bonus. But if he moves forward over here, that makes it to where I have to move up on him to get him. So if I move up and around, yeah, he could have a good position there and potentially move into these woods, so he would have a defensive modifier and still be able to gun after me if I try to come around the side. He could potentially get a flank shot if I try to push this direction. So yeah, we're going to make that move for him. We're going to go here for his first move, and then he does get a bonus move because, again, of the tracked symbol there, which will allow him to move 1 extra hex. Do keep in mind, we mentioned it on the previous one, but your terrain effects chart does list down whether or not a piece of terrain is able to have the bonus movement applied. You see here at the top, it shows if that symbol's there, it can. If it's got the cross, it can't. So things like plowed fields or woods or buildings, obviously you're not going to be able to get that extra bonus movement, but obviously open terrain or roads, you can get that bonus movement, which can come in handy. It looks like for tracked, it is only open or road. And then wheeled, yeah, wheeled doesn't have a whole lot of bonus they can do either. It looks like sloping terrain they can do, and then roads. So wheeled it has a little bit less than tracked does. All right, so we will place a stress marker on him just to remember that yes, he is stressed. He has activated the previous turn. He's moved up. Now it's back to me, and I think I'm going to probably go over here and take the shot because he's still out in the open, and I've got a big gun pointing towards him, and I can just blow him right off the board. Neither one of these side units have him in line of sight, but this guy does. My Panther with a 13 for his armor penetration. So let's look at his real quick, this SU-76. It would be against his frontal armor, but remember, it's the defensive rating minus the attack rating. So 17 is his defense rating minus 13, so that gives us a hit number of 4. And then we roll 2d6, and if we meet or beat it, then we've hit him. But if we beat it by 4, we've critically hit him and destroyed him. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that. That's going to be my attack. It is going to cost 3 action points to perform this, so I will have to make a spent check after I do that. He is easily within range because this Panther has a range of 22, which means his long range is up to 44 hexes. This thing is just such a beast. I almost think this is not such a typical game because these monster tanks are just so OP compared to what you're usually seeing in the game, but they're just so awesome. I mean, come on, it's a Panther. You gotta play with the Panther, man. But we are going to perform that attack against him. Again, attack rating of 13. Oh, and if we are attacking at long range, so up to twice the printed range, you do incur a -2 to your attack rating. So if he was attacking at long range, his attack would only be 11 instead of the 13. So our hit number is going to be a 4, since the 17 minus the 13 does give us a 4. So anything 4 or higher will cause a hit, and then 8 or higher will just instantly kill him with a critical hit. If we do get a hit, that's where we're going to be drawing one of these counters randomly, which can have a multitude of effects between stunning or potentially instantly destroying as well, or it can even reduce the stats like the defense or the attack rating of the units, just depending on which one of these that you draw. The neat thing about this is there are 2 sets of these counters, one for infantry and one for vehicles that will, you'll just draw depending on whoever's hit. So that's a neat way that they've done that. Let's grab our D6, roll real quick, see what we're going to get. Come on, big number. Oh, and we miss. And that's how the dice gods can tell you to kiss their butt. We missed with a Panther at a pretty close range, firing at the SU-76. I cannot believe we missed that. Let me grab a stress marker here to mark him as stressed. Actually, I don't need to mark him as stressed because he could potentially be spent. All right, come on. I need a higher number than 3 here. Come on, higher number. No, that is not a higher number. I cannot believe that. What crap. Oh, that sucks. Don't have to worry about marking him. I mean, yeah, I'll still mark him as stressed because he will still be stressed if I decide to use caps for him. But I'm probably not going to waste caps on that attack. I'll just move up someone else and do that. What a waste. All right, we're back to the AI. It is their turn. Let's see what we're going to have for them. And like I said, the stress thing on this, that is something that I think is just an easier thing to forget or mess up. So the inclusion of these markers is a great idea. And you could, if you've got a second edition, it's not like you can't use anything else. Any other marker that will help you remember that, hey, that unit was the last one to activate, so it's suffering under stress. Just something that's easy for you guys, or for me, rather, anyone to forget to apply. So make sure you use those markers. Okay, so the AI, again, not going to be moving ahead one more because that is not less than or equal to 6. No one in priority range, nothing else under priority. So we'll go to the next one. Highest, in tactical, highest attack rating AI, farthest from the lowest defense value unit, closest to an AI. All right, so we got to walk that one back. Attack +1 caps. Okay. highest attack rating AI, farthest from the lowest defense value unit closest to an AI. So let's see here. The highest attack rating, it would be him, and he's farthest from the lowest defense rating. Well, the defense rating over here is a 14. This one is also a 14, so they're relatively equal, but neither one of them can attack. Only he can attack, and he won't perform that attack because he can't actually hurt this panther, not from the front. He could hurt it from the side, I think. Let's see. Yeah, he could hurt it from the side. So he could perform a flank attack on him if he got around on him, and he could bust up this Nashorn from any angle. Doesn't matter. Oh, and something I forgot to mention. See how the 13 is surrounded by a red square? It's got the little white in there. That's to signify vehicles that are like open topped or weaker to certain things. So a vehicle might have a red attack rating used against it if it is in certain circumstances, like an open top vehicle like this, or I think I got another one. Yep, this armored car over here is open top. So flame units and artillery can affect things, vehicles like this that have that red square around them to signify that they are more open to attack. All right, so I don't think that order is going to work for him, though, because, yeah, the only guy that they have currently who can perform an attack, and the only one that he has in line of sight is my Panther. Yeah, because if we trace this, let's see, he's just going over the edge of that one blocking terrain, so that's not going to work for him. And obviously there's blocking terrain here, so that's not going to work for them. So we're going to have to look at the next order that they have listed down. Let's see. Hit. There's no hit AI because I missed like a dummy. AI closest to a spent unit in a 0 hex, which would be that one. Or mission objective, move towards. Okay, so we will do that one. Now that's actually probably a good plan for them. Same thing that this guy was doing, getting out of line of sight. They're going to obviously move towards terrain here. Yep. On our terrain effects chart, that is going to be 2 bonus, or cost 2 extra AP rather, for him to move into those heavy woods. But it would behoove him to move into those heavy woods. So he's getting out of line of sight of my heavy vehicles that are down here. And it makes it to where as I move up on him, he might, again, potentially be able to get a flanking shot. So we'll move him up. Now, he does have the chance. He can't do any bonus movement like to go forward because of the track, because, again, that can only be used on certain terrain. Trying to decide. See, if I turn him this way, right, to kind of go for those guys, it just opens it up for me to come up this direction and try to get a flank shot on him. So I think I'm just going to point him straight down. That way I'm not going to be able to get a flank on either side unless I go around into his line of fire. Try to do the best position I think possible for the AI. So we're going to go there with him. We will mark him as stressed. And now we're back to my turn. Oh, excuse me. I got to do a spent check for him. I wouldn't even think about it. So let's draw the card. And I think, now that I think about it, I think I forgot to do the spent check for this guy, but I'm not going to worry about it now. But yes, we do need to do the spent check for him. I can't keep just doing spent checks for my units only. All right, if it is greater than or equal to 6, then he becomes spent, but it is not, because his was 3. 1 for his basic movement point cost, and then +2 for the woods that he moved into. So he does not become spent. Okay, so I'm thinking about it, and I was thinking I either move up one of these units or one of these down over here. And I was thinking maybe moving up this Ferdinand because, oh, never mind. He doesn't have the movement bonus. You see, he doesn't have that track symbol. These Ferdinands evidently are very slow. And I was thinking, well, I could move him up to here, but I can't because he doesn't have the movement bonus. But that would make it to where it's unblocked because it would be right along the hex side, and he could get a shot onto the IS, the KV, or is this the KV1? The KV1S. Yeah, KV1S, not IS. That is up there. And he would have to be firing at my front, which was good to bonus armor, but I'm not going to be able to do that. So let's think about going with a different unit. Let's see. Actually, instead, if I move my armored car forward and pivot, I will have a line of sight directly over to here. I won't I won't be able to spot him because he is in defensive terrain. So it's not going to spot him automatically, but I can fire at him on my subsequent turn. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so we're going to move into this light woods. We're going to pivot as such, and when you move forward, you can pivot to face your vehicle, or you don't even have to move forward. If you just want to pivot in your hex to aim in a different direction, you can do that, but there is a movement point. You pay like you've moved a single hex, so you do have to pay an action point just to pivot in place, but we're going to do that. And let's check our chart real quick. I do believe Lightwoods does give him 1 defensive rating, but it is 1 AP more. So that is considered a 2 AP move when I'm performing this action. So let's grab my spent marker over here so I don't, or not spent, my stress marker. And grab our little spent die. And hopefully it's 3 or above so I don't spend that guy. 5. Perfect. So he is not spent, but he is stressed. We'll mark him. Now, if I perform an attack with him on my following turn, since he is stressed, it would be a cost of 5 instead of the 4 that's listed down. But I could reveal the tank that's over here, so I might be able to get a shot on him, put some damage on him. But obviously, he would be facing in this direction, so it would be a frontal attack. I can't face him to the back to, try to get a flank attack on him. All right, drawing for the AI. Let's see what we get. No turn to skip, no units. We are close to a priority, just 1 hex farther away. It'd have to be adjacent at least for priority. Execute counter actions. Our counter actions again. AI with more in line of sight units within 5 hexes than in line of sight. In line of sight AI. Low risk move towards AI. I hate the way that's written. It's like, wait, what? What does that mean again? All right, so if there's an enemy unit that with more of my units in line of sight within 5 hexes of another, within 5 hexes of him, within 5 hexes, then in line of sight AI move towards the closest AI. So I think what that's saying is that, for example, like if one of theirs has some of my units in line of sight, it'll move towards another AI to like kind of bunch up. That's not going to work for them though, because I don't believe they have line of sight. This rumored enemy is the only one that actually has line of sight, but we don't even know if that's an enemy yet. So let's go to the next order. Let's list it down. It's not going to be counter actions. AI mortar or gun. They don't have a mortar or infantry gun. So AI farthest from the lowest defense or defense value unit. Did they have anyone in line of sight? Now they could. Yep, they can do this. They can do AI farthest from lowest defense value unit because this is my lowest defense value unit. That one is too, but this rumored enemy does have line of sight, so it can perform an attack. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have him perform an attack on my scout car that's located right here, but we have to reveal him first. So let's grab our little bowl of happy here. Gimpy looking away, Gimpy looking away. Grab a marker. This is really going to bite me in the butt. I keep drawing those damn pink ones right now. And honestly, I don't want the pink ones yet. I want the pink ones when I'm a little farther away and weaker. I don't want to have all my no enemy counters to be done now. So I know everything that I'm running into later is going to be enemy. Like, I want to be able to potentially draw that commander tank, the target that I have to go after, that KV-85 that's going to, oh, and I've got a marker over here. And it's going to go underneath it when it's drawn, so I know that's the commander tank. It's my goal to destroy it. If I draw all the pink ones first, then that means he's going to be way back over there somewhere, and it's going to be a pain in the butt to find him. All right, well, that kind of changed my plans because I didn't expect there to be no enemy tank over there. So I guess I can let the stress go off of him. Maybe move this Jagdpanzer around because there's no other. Let's see, there are 2 rumored enemies still over there. And then as far on this side, there's an enemy, rumored enemy here and here. And I think that's it. So we've pretty much gained control here with the exception of actually 2 of their weaker units. It seems like most of their strong units are the ones that are still left in the bowl, and they're all going to be back there. So that's going to be a problem here in a little bit, especially when I'm having to cross some of this open ground heading towards those counters. So let's just try to move up some of my units here that are tucked in the back. Let's move up our King Tiger. We'll go 1, 2, since it's open terrain, and we'll keep him facing this direction towards the enemy. So that's only going to be 1 AP to spend because I am getting that bonus move for him. Let's roll real quick. See if he's going to become spent. Hopefully not. He does not. That's a 6. Perfect. And we will place the stress marker on him to signify, if I pick it up, that he is the last one who has activated. And we can actually pull this one off now, since that one has activated. So let's draw for our next enemy card. Blue one, so no spent check here. Still no one at the priority range. We know execute counteractions isn't going to work because we just looked at that one. Let's go down to our tactical. Hit in fire zone, highest attack rating AI closest to a unit, auto rally. Oh, that's nice. They can automatically rally instead of having to make the check, which is similar to like a morale check you see in other tactical games where you have to roll the 2d6 and meet or beat a number. But we don't have to worry about that because they don't have anyone who's hit yet. Unhit AI, farthest from unhit fresh unit, group attack plus 2 caps. Man, it's really burning them that I'm drawing some of these command orders early because these have those bonus cap attacks. So that would make it to where they could really bust up some of my units. But again, they don't have anyone who's in line of sight. I'm checking real quick just to make sure there's no rumored enemy that has line of sight. He doesn't. There's too many buildings in the way over here. He's got the trees blocking him. He's got the trees blocking him. And same thing over here with these rumored enemy. There are no lines of sight, so they can't do that. Largest group of unhit AIs closest to a mission objective or a unit, low risk move towards. So we will do that. I don't think they have any groups, and the AI does not stack. Like, it will not try to put its units in the same hex. It tries to avoid that. Largest group of unhit AI closest to a mission objective. Well, their mission objective is to kill me. So let's see. Unhit closest to a mission objective or unit, low risk move towards. Because if this one is not going to want to move forward. If he moves forward, yeah, he's going to have a bonus defense that'll put his armor up to 19. But I still don't think he could penetrate. Yeah, he could penetrate the 20 of the armor that I have on this one, only if he got a perfect double 6 roll facing the front. I'm not talking about their flanks. The only one he could damage is this one. He's still not going to have a line of sight on him, and I'm sure as hell not going to bring him around. So it looks like it's going to be here. Move him forward, and then he will conduct an attack against me probably on the next turn. Let's see. Just make sure. Yeah, there's no group, so I'll just move the unhit AI closest to a mission objective or unit, low risk move towards. So that's what we're going to do. He's moving into this terrain. Now it's going to be 2 bonus or 2 added action points to his cost of 1. So let's draw to see if he's spent, and he is not spent. The next round, I might just do the die, and I'll do that back and forth to see if there's any difference with it. So he is not spent. Let's grab a stress marker for him. Signify that the AI is stressed. All right, so we'll mark him as stressed. All right, we're getting close to it. So I've got one But we'll do one more round for each of us real quick. Let's see. Oh, my armor car is here. Do I do that? Do I back off? Because you can drive backwards. It costs 1 extra movement point to do it. Or do I just go for the attack? Because his armor is going to be 19. So his armor would be 8. Yeah, let's try the attack. See what happens. Because he is in my frontal arc, right? Right here. So he'd be aiming at my front armor. I'm, of course, in his frontal arc. So he'd be aiming at my frontal armor. He's getting a defensive bonus. I'm getting a defensive bonus. Let's just see if the dice gods are in my favor. So it is a 4 cost for my attack, right? Looking at his defense rating, tilt it down a little bit. You see it's a 19, but he is in heavy woods. That's going to bump it up to 21. So it's going to be 10 or higher for me. I'm going to have to get a good roll on this one. Wow. Okay, well, we'll hope for the best. We're going to conduct our attack. Let's see what happens here. No! 7, so that is a miss. We did not get the hit. Let's roll to see if he is spent. No, he's not spent. I'll be damned. And this is what I'm talking about. This right here is why I really like this die system. Because previously, right, the way the game worked before, that he would have spent, okay, his 4 action points. And he moved in the previous couple of turns. But you couldn't, like, space things out like that. You would use 1 unit up until it used up its action points. But he could never fire twice because he didn't have enough action points. So each round, a unit with that cost for an attack would only fire 1 time, right? That was it. This provides so much more unpredictability. Because of the odds of the dice, more than likely he's only going to fire once, but you might have that time where he gets to fire twice or even 3 times, you know, just depending on what happens on the dice rolls. Really does take a whole lot of the predictability and the math out of it. Now you don't know what the enemy's going to do. Now you don't know if they're going to get that second attack off on you, and you can't just plan around, well, he's spent, he's done, I can, you know, just drive around his back end and shoot a rocket up his ass or some shit like that. All right, so we'll mark him as stressed, and we'll draw 1 more card for the enemy, see what they're going to do for the round. Let's see. Nope, nothing up top. Priority. Yes, now we do have a priority. He is adjacent, disengage, or attack, or rally. Well, he's definitely going to attack. There's absolutely no reason for him to disengage, and he absolutely does not need to rally. But he is going to attack. Oh, and I forgot. There is a bonus for adjacency, but we're not going to go back and correct it. If I make a mistake, I make a mistake. There is a bonus for adjacency, and that is +3, I believe. Yep, short range adjacent hex +3 attack rating. I do believe I would have got him on that. Let's see. Yeah, it would have been like 9. I can't remember what my hit number was for him, but yeah, I probably would have got him on that one. But it's all right. I make mistakes occasionally. Sometimes it'll be in the AI's favor. Sometimes it'll be in my favor. We'll just have to play it on and see what happens. But he's going to make the attack. His attack rating is a 12 now because he does, everything is directional. His attack rating is a 9. He's getting the bonus 3 because of it being adjacent, right? So that gives him an attack rating of 12 against my armor of 15 because I am getting a bonus with that light terrain. So hopefully he will not destroy me on this one, but he might actually get my armor car. All right, so his hit number 12 minus the 15 is 3 or higher to hit. And 4, if it's 4 higher than that 3, then it destroys him outright. And yeah, he got him. That is an 8. That is 5 higher than the required, so he blats my armor car in 1 hit. Blew him out. Oh, that sucks. All right, let's draw to see if he does. Yep, he is going to be spent because that was a 6 AP attack, so he is spent for this round. Okay, so that's going to be the end of part 2, and I will keep playing this through and let you guys see as much of it because I freaking love Conflict of Heroes, man. I got to say, the way that they've changed this system up, I really like it. The whole spent system takes a little bit to get your head wrapped around the stress. That's one of the things that's easier to forget, but it is nice having the markers so you can just keep throwing them down on whichever unit activated and just make it a habit. Hey, once you're doing whatever with that unit, when you're done, just go ahead and throw the marker on it so you can remember. Otherwise, it is so easy to forget. None of my units are stressed, though, because my unit that was stressed just got blown out of the light woods because I forgot to freaking get myself the close range bonus, but remembered in time to give it to the AI. But like I said, sometimes you're going to make a mistake in your favor. Sometimes you'll make a mistake in the AI's favor. It's easier just to go with it and keep going. All right, but if you guys have any questions or concerns about the game or the 3rd edition, feel free to put it down in the comments. Like I said, a few people have been asking me about upgrade kits and stuff like that. If I do hear anything or find out about it, I will update you guys as the video series goes on. All right, but that's going to be it for me. You guys stay tuned for part 3 coming soon. Y'all take care. I'll catch you in the next one.